This episode of Around the Oval is brought to you by Todd Pennington with Revolution Mortgage.
Hey, Ohio State fans, Alex Gleitman here, back with another edition of Around the Oval, brought to you by Todd Pennington with Revolution Mortgage on Buckeye Scoop. We are here today with Ohio State 2023 tight end commit Ty Lockwood out of Independence High School in Thompson Station, Tennessee. Ty, thanks for joining the show today, man. Appreciate your time.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
Of course. And, it's the off season right now. Ohio State's getting ready for spring ball. But tell us what you're up to. Obviously you're in school, but what have you been doing when it comes to football? You playing any other sports, just training? What's going on in your world?
Usually my whole life I played basketball, but I decided not to this year. So taking a break from that and just, working out, getting in with some top tier guys, just focusing on better myself in and out of football.
Yeah, I saw you've been on the 7-on-7 circuit a little bit. Looks like you're making some big plays out there. So
Yep,
Ohio State fans are certainly glad to see that. Speaking of Ohio State, you were the first commitment in this 2023 class. You committed back in August. You're someone who has, 25 off or something like that. Obviously, if you didn't commit, they would have just kept rolling in.
Yeah.
Looking back on your commitment to Ohio State last year, what was it that made you want to commit to the Buckeyes?
I've said this so many times, and I just, it's the same thing. Over and over is just, you go there. I've been to plenty of visits. I've met plenty of head coaches, but you go there and you can just feel it. It's different there. The brotherhood they have it's unmatched. And you go to other college campuses and all you think the whole time is, well, for me, all I'm thinking the whole time is just, how does this match up to Ohio State? Could this beat it? And every single time I went to another school, it was just always no. Ohio State was always my favorite choice. And, I've been a Buckeye fan for a lot of my life. I grew up in the North, and it just felt right.
For sure. And, it seems like things are going pretty well, but have to ask you, 7 months later, you still feel 110% committed to Ohio State? You looking around at all? You still talking to any other schools?
No, sir. I'm committed. I'm in it. And I promised myself when I was in it, I'm in it. So it's 110%. I'm with it. The coaches are with it, and I got to get this recruiting class going.
For sure. And how's your relationship going with the staff? Who you've been talking to the most there? Who are you closest with? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I've been talking to my normal guys, like my position coaches, Coach Hinton, Coach Wilson, Coach O'Hara, he's new, but, he's been in a lot of contact with me. I've been texting him a lot. We're going to get a call here soon just to get to meet him, put a face to a name. And once I get up there, it'll be great to meet him.
Yeah. And you were first guy in. You just talked a little bit. You mentioned about, got to get this class going. So talk to me a little bit about your role as a leader in this class, as far as, building relationships with your other classmates. How is that going? And other just recruits that are looking at Ohio State.
It's going great right now. Going to these 7-on-7s definitely helps. It's going to get us some exposure. It's putting our names on the map. My buddy Cedric, he's committed. He's been going to a lot of these. He's playing with South Florida Express. He's putting in work as well. So right now, I feel like as a leader, it's good for me to, keep in contact with these high level dudes that are all going out there. Cause, I'm out there too. So might as well, put a good word in and, try to get them, to like the Buckeyes a little bit more.
And you guys just added Luke Montgomery, another big addition to this class. But let's talk about who is next. Who are some of those guys that you are recruiting, trying really hard, working, have good relationships with, that you're trying to have join you in Columbus next year?
For sure. Yeah. Luke was a big pickup. He's an absolute stud, as everybody can see. We're going after big names because, at this school, you got to be a big name and you got to survive. And there's a lot of competition. So I'm making sure that the guys I'm going after, they can't be scared of competition. We're going after guys like, familiar face, Carnell Tate, of course, Brandon Innes, those high level receivers. AJ Harris is a big one. Troy Bowles, Caleb Downs, those are all big guys and, big names that we need to bring in. And, we'd love to have them.
Absolutely. And, I know Luke talked to me. He's got some things going on in the spring, but I think he's going to try to get down
toward the end of the month and be there for when some of the big name guys are going to be visiting. Are you planning a trip back to Columbus anytime soon?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm gonna figure out a date, and then I'll let you know about that. We're gonna figure out a date. I'm pretty sure those guys are all coming up. I'd say April 2nd, April 3rd.
Yep.
So we're gonna
That's all
try
in
to,
Florida.
yeah, all the commits are gonna try to get up there and put in a good word and just make it feel like home.
Yeah, and you think you're gonna try to get up there for the spring game too? Is that something that's in the cards?
Yeah, if we can, we definitely will. I got to figure out my schedule so far, but obviously, if we can, we're up there for sure.
Cool. Now let's talk about you as a player a little bit. Just go through. Obviously, everyone's got their strengths. They got things that they need to work on. What are some of the things that you do well, and what are some of the things that you really want to improve by the time you get to Ohio State?
Some things I do well, I'd say, is my ability to high point the ball. Come from a basketball background, I think my footwork and going up to those rebounds, it really translates. So you got the good footwork. I'm able to use my body, my frame. I've always been big, so I know how to box the dude out. It's an easy, just throw and catch. That's one of my little things I go to, especially at these 7-on-7s. So I'd say being able to use my body. I'm not as slow as some other dudes for my size. I've got good footwork and my ability to high point the ball. Some things I can work on, though, I'd say is definitely my strength. I think that's something that I'm going to work on a lot this off season. Last off season, I really tried to focus on my speed, and I really tried to focus on just doing that constantly, and that didn't go too well for me. I got a slight little injury, but we bounced back from it, and now we're back, and I learned from it. So I'm going to focus on hitting the weight room real hard this season, and just doing what the Ohio State coaches tell me to do, and hopefully get up there and play.
Yeah. What have the coaches told you about, how they plan to use you and what your opportunity is when you get there? I mean, obviously this year they lost Jeremy, kind of positions wide open, bunch of guys competing. I know, Bennett Christian pretty decently, and he's up there competing right now. What have they told you about your opportunity to come in and compete and how they expect to use you?
Yeah, they were telling me when I got up there during the summer, it was always just, I play just like Jeremy Rucker. So they're going to use me just like him. And I know, obviously, with the receiving core we had this year, he might have not gotten the ball as much as he wanted. But with the receiving core like that, can't really complain. But I'd say using me and in the field, make sure I get the ball is something they definitely emphasized. Obviously in Ohio State, the tight end is a developmental position, and I think they're going to use me like that. Just making sure I'm good all around, and that's what they do best. I mean, the past 7 tight ends they've had have all gone to the league, so I mean, obviously it's showing something.
And, I know Jeremy probably would have wanted to get the ball more, but it looks like he's going to be solid NFL draft pick. And my bet is he has a pretty long career there. Because as you said, they developed, I watched him in high school. I'm out here in Jersey. I saw him in Long Island. He was a receiver in high school, and he didn't know how to block at all. And now, that's a big part of his game now. So absolutely developmental position. As far as when you get down to Ohio State, are you going to be enrolling early, or are you going to be heading up in the summer?
Yeah, I'm hoping to enroll early. I'm going to take some summer classes this year, and I'm going to finish up that first semester and hopefully get up there.
That's awesome. So when you get to Ohio State, what are going to be your goals, both, individually as well as for the team?
For the team, obviously I want to make sure I mesh up there, and I'm going to fit in. I just want to better myself and keep working. And, obviously doing what Coach Mick says, it works, obviously. So I'm going to get up there and just do the best I can in every single thing I can do to help the team and better myself.
Awesome. And everyone could see the highlights. We heard what you said about you as a player, recruiter, things like that, but we know you're not playing hoops. We know you're working real hard at football, but when you're not playing football in the weight room, training, whatever, what does Ty Lockwood like to do on his spare time?
And I don't do much. I tell you, I'm not a big party guy. I'm not one of those kind of dudes. I kind of just hang out, and I spend time with my family. I don't have a lot of time left with them as much as sad as it is to say, but I'm just making sure I enjoy every last moment of high school, and I'm making sure I keep great relationships with people, and I'm just spending a lot of time with my friends, making sure I have fun with them, and just making some good memories.
Awesome, man. Well, look, we appreciate your time today. Obviously, we've been talking for a little bit. I know you're a great kid. Hopefully Buckeye Nation got to see that tonight. We're excited for what you're going to bring to the field this year, your senior year in high school, and then, hopefully starting your career in Columbus next January, I guess a little bit less than a year from now. So thanks again for joining the show. Best of luck, and we'll be talking to you soon.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
This episode of Around the Oval was brought to you by Todd Pennington with Renovation Mortgage. If you've been thinking about refinancing or buying a house, check out our sponsor, Todd Pennington with Renovation Mortgage. They offer low rates for refinancing and home purchase loans, including first-time home buyer programs, down payment assistance, and cash-out home equity loans. Check out revolutionmortgage.com/tpennington.